So now that we know what a frame is, let's go ahead and create one. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and create a frame. I'm going to call this frame 1, okay? And I'm going to create it from the frame object class. We're creating an object called frame. We're creating an object called frame1 from the frame class. And that frame is going to be in the root. And we are going to, I'm just going to set the height and width of it as well. So I'll say height is equal to, let's just say 200, and we'll say the width is equal to 300. Now, frames follow the same sort of dimensions as the main window, where they're by pixels and not by character size, because the frames are the containers. The widgets go by character size. The frames and the windows go by pixels. Okay, so now that I've created that frame, let's create another frame. Let's call this frame 2, and we're going to put in the root, and I'll say the same thing, 200. I'll say the width is 300. Okay, and in order to make sure that we see each frame, okay, I'm going to set each one a separate color. I'm going to set this one to blue, and I got to put it inside quotation marks. I don't know why I want to say parentheses, but I mean quotation marks. Inside quotation marks, and we're going to set this one red. Okay, so should be frame 1, frame 2. Let's go ahead and let's pack both these frames in there. So frame 1 dot pack, and we'll say frame 2 dot pack, and that's going to just put the frames in there, pack them right in there. We're going to demonstrate exactly what we're going to do when we run it, but first let's walk through this. So I've created 2 frames. One's called frame 1. Okay, I've gave it a height of 200, width of 300, and I've packed both of them, so they should be on top of each other. The one on top should be blue, the one on the bottom should be red. Let's go ahead and run it, and let's see what happens. Okay, and sure enough, I have my 2 frames. Now I could put widgets in the first frame, in frame 1, I could put widgets in the second frame. It doesn't matter which frame that I put the widgets in. Mainly the point of this is to know that we are able to separate a main window into different frames and then put widgets into each frame rather than just putting it in the main window and just packing it in there. You can now put them in separate frames. So if I wanted to put buttons in this one or labels or any other widget, I could do that, or just put them in the other one. Okay, I set the height and width here. You don't need to set the height and width in order to create a frame, but for me in this example right here, I set the color as well, just so you could see it and it could give you a visual, right? So that way I have a visual of frame 1 and frame 2 in this case. We just packed it in there, and that's how you would create frames.